Hello and welcome back to the stream where today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact. Now last time we left off doing, I don't actually remember what quest we left off on last time, but this time we were going to be doing Kari Bear. What quest did I do last time? I did Nahita's second story quest. Now, I thought that was relating to the newest Sumeru area, but apparently it didn't. It did relate to the Dendro Dragon Apep, though, which was really cool to learn about. Now, I'm right here because it is so ironic, or just cool, that commissions line up like this, because it is pretty rare for commissions to actually line up, even in a place like Mondstadt. There was one time, I think it was like before a stream or something, or I didn't start streaming Genshin yet. I don't know. Um, it had like lined up almost perfectly, like right along here. So I've done this twice on this account now, I believe. So I don't think I'm gonna do my commissions just because it's a little more boring, and we're just gonna head straight to Kari Bear, which I have done it before, but I haven't done any quests actually after Kari Bear, which is why Nahita's second story quest was such a shocker to me and really cool. We learned about this giant area. What was this? Oh, common chest collected. Right. Um, so that area was interesting, but I think once we do the first part of the Archon quest for Fontaine, which will be right after Kari Bear, so long as I don't have any more prerequisite quests, I don't think I would, since Kari Bear is technically considered an Archon quest. Also love the name Kari Bear, but I remember it being really sad. Not gonna give spoilers on it though. But then there's like a bunch of major quests for this area, one major quest for this area, a long quest for the Aranara here. That's gonna last quite a long time. It was long even when I was just like trying to skip through it, so oh boy. Oh yeah, it's gonna be long when I read it too because um these Aranara, I don't know if I showed them on the stream yet, but there's these little almost marshmallow looking creatures, marshmallow forest creatures. That's the best way I can describe it. Um they're super cute, but they say Nara a lot with everything, and yeah, that's gonna trip me up so badly. But we will head to Fontaine after Kari Bear, and we might actually get to a little bit of Fontaine during this stream. If I'm lucky and, stop talking like this. um, First of all, it was a shocker that Fontaine was over here because I saw Work in Progress Mountains right over here. Though I'm not surprised if there is more area to Fontaine. And probably more Archon quests too, but I've tried my best to avoid everything that regarded to all the spoilers that regarded to Fontaine, just so it could be a complete surprise. I mean, obviously, I have seen some glimpses of things, like I've seen some characters already, um, Lene and Lynette. Uh, the cool judge character, the white-haired lady, which I'm pretty sure is Folklore. Don't know her human name. If Folklore isn't her human name, I don't think Folklore would be her human name. But yeah, I haven't seen much on Fontaine, so oh yeah, there was the one character that actually kind of reminded me of like a Hydro. She doesn't have a Hydro Vision, I don't think. But she kind of reminds me of a Hydro Fontaine Lisa. And I'm getting a little suspicious there. I really hope there's not a third Lisa. Because there's one in Liyue that makes perfume. There's Lisa in Mondstadt. There would be one in Fontaine, I'm guessing from that. Okay, for now, we're gonna talk to Masrer. What do you need? Why are we talking to you specifically? This is weird. Ooh, you seem troubled.
Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Teyvat,
Yeah,
right?
and I'm looking on this corner of Teyvat, so if you don't mind.
Who's asking? Do you need something from us?
Hi, man, it's a person. Of course they do.
You bet I do.
Yep.
I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you.
I don't
have
remember
letter
a
for you,
little
you
bit
see.
of this.
It's from another Outlander.
Oh,
He
no,
was
I
a
remember
crafty
this.
fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
I wonder who that is.
We aren't always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on a whim.
I mean, unless they could mail directly to my Serena
What
teapot.
address did that person give you anyway?
That'd be a little trippy.
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
What? So the address is Paimon?
Yeah,
Who's sending
exactly,
letters
right?
to Paimon?
And if I failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate him.
What?
Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here.
Yeah, no kidding. How many people is there in Teyvat? And the letter said, look for a small white floating fairy. I mean, she didn't get mad at that. She technically is a small white floating fairy. Let me see this letter. I'm really curious who could have sent it. I think I know.
Of course, here it is. All yours.
Come on, Paimon wants to have a look
It's
too.
one of two people. It's been a while. How have you been? I've heard that the two of you are traveling in Sumeru, and I happen to be in Port Ormos on official business. Actually, I think this is new. I don't think there was this actual, letter. I mean, there probably was text here. Trusty buddy? There was text here, I believe. But I don't think there was this, actual, letter format. Oh, man, is this getting me excited for Fontaine. It's been a while. How have you been? I've heard that the two of you are traveling in Sumeru, and I happen to be in Port Ormos on official business. What would you, cavalry captain, be in Port Ormos for? Across Teyvat? Well, I mean, only a few nations away, but still. Lately, I've been stopping by Jafar Tavern for a drink or two every afternoon. That doesn't surprise me. If luck's on my side and this letter successfully reaches you, come to me then and we can catch up on old times. We'll see it as a fated encounter. Your trusty buddy Kaya. I love that.
Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well.
So technically, we do get mail. Most of it is actually from Hoyoverse, who plays as Paimon, basically. But some of it is, the birthday gifts. And I wonder how that happens if this guy just happened to find us. Do all these other mailers have to have such trouble finding us just to give us, a birthday letter from our friend or something? Can't say I'm very surprised.
From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us.
Oh, probably not.
Or maybe he's just being sneaky.
Yes.
Do you think he's making this sound like a miracle of fate so that we'd have to go meet up with him?
I mean, that does seem like him. He did kind of trick us into capturing was it a treasure hoarder guy? I don't even remember. Well, no harm done. It'll be nice to catch up with him. Yeah, as if we haven't seen him in the Valoria Mirage already. Wait, is he gonna have a skin?
Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to see old friends. The letter says that he hangs out at Jafar.
Even though the Valoria Mirage may or may not be canon. Obviously, it happened after this quest. Kari Bear! Oh, I love the twins! Wait until the following afternoon. Man, wine-scented letter. Oh? getting as drunk as the god of alcohol himself. Actually, who would be the Archon of alcohol? Because Venti is the Archon of freedom. But Zhongli talks about Osmanthus wine a lot. This letter has a faint whiff of alcohol. One can speculate as to the circumstances under which it was written. The sender seems to have a little hope that it could be delivered. Okay, that might actually be new. I think I actually really like that. But I think he's gonna meet us over here. Though we are gonna learn some deep lore about him. Let me just mark these off really quickly, because that's gonna bug me whenever I go into it. Vent? Is there new vents? Mega Melee. Whoa, say that 10 times fast. So, I'm not looking at most of that just because there could be spoilers. I'm doing good. How about you? Shining in the Mire. Use the power of the Verena to destroy the Great Crystals for the first time. That was in the new, Sumeru area. Or the newest Sumeru area. I shouldn't say the new. Because it's been like that for updates now. Don't remember how many. I have 25. Okay. Just checking. How much pity do I have? Do I have 30 or 20? $30. So that would make 55. Okay. Still not enough unless it's an early pity, Eula. Though, to be fair, I did go past 20 pity, so... I don't know. It depends. I don't know if this is the actual spot that we sit, but was it... When was it? 16. Till the following afternoon? That's not fair. Why can't you just give time for me? Gotta do all these steps. Ooh. Okay, it's pretty easy to get the correct time on mobile, but it's a little difficult to get on PC. That's pretty nice. Awesome.
Kaya should be at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
I wonder where he is. Okay. You don't have your skin, your Valeria Mirage skin.
I'll have something I haven't tried yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried
Yeah, I was
every type of
about to
liquor we
say, like, he's probably tried them all yet.
Oh? Well then, just the bill, please. That's just as well, I suppose.
Oh, that's gonna be a
I do
long
have other
bill.
matters to attend to.
Hi.
Here. Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after all.
Okay,
Oh,
why
come
do you have to
now.
say
I
God
wouldn't joke
specifically?
about wanting to see my good friends.
Kaya, you're amazing, but I'm very suspicious of you, considering that you told your older brother... Older brother? Twin brother? I don't know. You told your brother that you were a spy for someone. I don't remember if it was like the Abyss or Conria. I don't know. But I have a feeling, whether Kaya knows it or not, he has ties to the first Harbinger. What was his name again? God dang it. Piero. The one creepy guy that I said looked, like, really creepy. I said creepy twice. And it looked like he had white hair, but kind of like a streak of almost blue in his hair, which is really suspicious because Kaya has deep blue hair and almost like a streak of, like, lighter blue. So that's really creepy. Does Kaya have Primogem eyes? But Piero has Primogem eyes, which symbols that they're from Conria. And then he also has a mask on the right side of his face. Sounds familiar. That only covers like half his face. He's really creepy. And I don't know how they're from Conria. Kaya, are you immortal? I don't understand any of this. If you say so.
Wait a second. You must be here on official business, right?
That's what he said in the letter.
Doing spending every
Didn't he?
afternoon drinking at the tavern. You itching for a lecture from Jean?
Yeah, I have a feeling he would get a
Not
lot
at
of
all.
lectures from Gene.
The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her?
You? Terrified? I don't buy it. Yeah, he does have Primogem eyes.
The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here.
Aha!
So despite how it might look, I'm actually at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes.
Business purposes, as in trying the local wine.
Sumeru spices are famous the world over, and it's long been rumored that this fine establishment was where a certain very popular spiced cocktail
Where's the
was
guy I'm
invented.
looking for?
That's why the Knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
I mean, I can't deny that.
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential
So, are you doing
collaboration.
spice trade or are you doing alcoholic trade?
Business opportunity. Guess Don Winery and Master Diluc are gonna make a tidy sum from this one too, huh?
Wait, you're actually helping
Well,
Diluc?
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Whether this lucrative opportunity gets passed along to Don Winery or not depends on how nice I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Hey, using your job to settle personal grievances isn't very knightly, Captain.
I mean, the personal grievances was kind of Kaya's fault, so... Actually, technically it wasn't Kaya's fault per se, but... It is at the same time, because Kaya kind of said he was a spy right after Master Crepus, or whatever his name is, Diluc's father, died? And that's when Kaya also got his vision, so his vision is kind of depressing. I'm guessing you've been to Sumeru before.
Oh? What makes you
Wait,
say
he
that?
has! Wait, but I thought Sino delivered Kale back to Sumeru. Did you go to Sumeru with Kale? Because Kale went to Mondstadt, you guys cured her. You guys actually had a big battle, but in the Valurian Mirage, you got along fine. This was all in the manga, by the way. But did you, like, come with Sino? You came to Sumeru all on your own, so you must be quite familiar with the place. Either that or he's just exploring.
Very sharp of you.
And dumb luck.
I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
Guess not.
And do continue.
Do I have to? When I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't
Please,
exactly
I
what
want to
had in
dig up
mind.
all of your past. Fine.
Well, all right, since you're so interested.
Oh,
Like I said, I was very young then.
oh,
Don Winery had only just taken me in. I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting.
is
I'm
his
sure
name
you'll
Crepus?
agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level. And my roots? They're in Conria.
Oh, you just say
which is
that
said
flat
to have
out.
been located deep underground, somewhere near Sumeru.
Team of merchants to do a business meeting. So, are you like a descendant who lived in Conria? Then? Because you have the Primogem eyes. Paimon has Primogem stuff, but she doesn't have Primogem eyes.
And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo and silently joined the merchant delegation on their
I
trip
feel
to
like a
Sumeru.
blondie is gonna
It
butt
wasn't
in.
long before the merchant delegation received news that I'd gone missing. Their leader promptly found me, and before I knew it,
Wait.
my adoptive father was dragging me back home by the ear.
Oh wait, oh, that's how you know Sumeru, because you followed Crepus, and then they brought you back home.
It
That's
was a
adorable.
short-lived adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling story for you.
Speaking of Conria, how much do you know about it? Because my sibling is apparently from there.
Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Conria was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young.
Oh, there he is.
My life had less and less to do with Conria as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well.
That's a good thing. But how? Are you like a descendant of someone from Conria? I mean, there's Piero or whatever his name was. But we don't know anything about him, other
I
than
used
that
to
he's
believe
creepy.
that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father.
Ooh. Yeah, that you were kind of like a spy?
But then I began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to keep me alive. As well as ensuring that I'd be safely cut off from certain things. The thought that I might be able to actually live a
Okay,
happy
you can
life
stop
there must have been the
eavesdropping,
icing on the
Blondie.
cake.
Come on out.
This is obviously all speculation. Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this topic.
Man.
These days, my surname, Alberich, is probably the only link to Conria that I have left.
Alberic.
One death afternoon, please, boss.
Well, that's not a menacing name for a drink.
Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name?
Hi.
Alberich?
You're so cool.
Dainsleif?
More
Ah,
cuddle.
you've decided to join us.
Yes.
I was wondering how long you planned on listening in. I believe
You
I've
knew
seen
he
you
was
before in
there?
Mondstadt. Dainsleif, if I'm not mistaken.
Excuse me, what?
So you remember me.
Remember?
Then we are already acquainted. Kaya Alberich, descendant of the Abyss Order's founder.
Wait a minute. Abyss Order's founder. The Abyss Order is made up of basically like Hilichurl-like creatures, which were originally people from Conria. Does that mean you're a Prince Kaya?
Huh?
Wait a minute. The Abyss Order? Wait, are you a Prince Kaya?
I take it that you weren't aware of this until now, Kaya. Or you wouldn't have been so forthcoming with your surname.
Oh my. That's quite a lot of baggage for a surname, isn't it? Though I must say,
See, I
it
can't
does
tell if
confirm
he's
an old
being serious
suspicion
or
of
not.
mine. I suppose that was why my father left me in Mondstadt after all.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of
Wait,
skepticism.
does that mean you're a Prince
Well,
Kaya?
perhaps what you told me just happens to
Or
answer
like
some
a
questions
descendant
I
of a
carry in my
prince?
memories.
Descendant
any
of the
case,
Abyss Order's
I
founder.
recognize your eyes.
Yeah, because you have the same eyes. Descendant of the Abyss Order's founder. Because I thought Aether was the Abyss Order's founder. Are you like my nephew or something, Kaya? I'm so
You're a pureblood
confused.
Conrian, aren't you?
I'm very confused.
Very clever. Forgive me for being direct, but I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past, then keep it that way.
Smart.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss Order in any way, are you?
I don't think he would be.
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a rather sudden turn for the deadly serious.
Yeah, because it's the
And
Abyss
I'm
Order.
afraid that as someone from Mondstadt, I'm not accustomed to this sort of atmosphere. So what if I know my ancestry? Do I strike you as the type who would be bound by that kind of thing? Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been.
Wait, but Kaya, are you a prince? I mean, there was rumors that Kaya was the Prince of Conria, but there's also rumors that Aether was the Prince of Conria, or the Prince of the Abyss Order? I don't know. This is confusing. I trust you, Kaya.
Either way, looks like we're out of time. I've got a spice merchant to meet in a minute, so I'll leave the three of you to carry on the conversation without me.
You're doing what Master Krepus did, aren't you? Okay, that's actually kind of cute.
Well, alright then.
Or if Krepus is his name.
Thing, Kaya.
See you around. And Dainsleif, no need to listen in from the sidelines next time we meet. Let me buy you a drink.
I feel like there's tension.
You don't really trust him, do you, Dane? You're both from Conria, but you get on like oil and water.
Nice analogy.
The fact is, I still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions.
I mean, you technically don't know me that well. We went on 2, 3 adventures together?
But can a person truly be unaffected
I gave
by
you
their
3
ancestors?
answers to your questions
remains
and
to be
500
seen.
mora. So, you said that an Alberic founded the Abyss Order. I thought my sibling was the founder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying!
Well, I suspect that they call your brother their prince, precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
So, prince, but not like blood-related prince? Because Kai is then not the prince? Because he's now, like, involved with Mondstadt? Is that how that works? So does that mean his name is, like, Piero Albrecht or something? I don't know. It says founder of the Abyss Order. Not, like, the Fatui, so I don't know. It's all really confusing.
Oh, so if he was the founder, he'd be the king, right?
So then both Aether and Kaya are princes? So what do you plan to do here in Sumeru? Yeah, why are you even here?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate. Do you remember that name?
Vaguely.
Yeah, the Abyss Order's evil plan. We learned about that back in Mondstadt.
What was the Loom of Fate again? I don't remember. You got a new lead?
Not new. Not exactly.
Oh, so what happened to that
My
Rune
memories
Guard's
suffer
eye
from
thingy?
erosion.
Like the first Rune
But
Guard.
while I was recovering my health recently,
dealer.
I suddenly remembered something.
Right.
Your brother.
Right!
He
Wait a minute!
mentioned the Loom of Fate back when we traveled together.
Wait. So then, last time we went on an adventure together, Halfdan sacrificed himself to stall for time, because he kind of remembered who he was. He kind of kept a semblance of his consciousness, which was adorable. And, like, those relating to Conria were injured because of that fountain thingy. Does that mean Kai was injured? I'm really curious. Because Kai has Primogem eyes, but he doesn't have as sharp Primogem eyes. His pupils are kind of, like, a lot smaller. I mean, I think he still has blue eyes, too, maybe, but his pupils are smaller than, like, Dainsleif's and probably Piero's. Yeah, I don't have the tab up anymore. All the way back then? So that was already a thing several centuries ago? But what is the Loom of Fate? I don't remember what the Loom of Fate was. don't know, maybe it was just like a word or so that was mentioned. And then we're just trying to investigate what this Loom of Fate was, maybe. I'll have to go back and watch my VODs if I ever have the time.
Apparently so. I was also quite surprised when these memories tallied up. I recall that we were traveling to Sumeru when the matter was
Dane,
brought up.
are you like our older brother or something? I mean, Ether has ties to Conria somehow. Do you know about the thing called the Descenders? Or was this before? No, I think this might have been after Nahida's first story quest.
So, you're going to the place that he mentioned back then.
Correct. At that time, they must have been introduced
Oh, wait a minute.
in one way or another to
Oh,
this
Kaya left
concept.
his drink.
If I recall correctly, we were somewhere in Avidya Forest then.
Somewhere in Avidya Forest. Right, because you traveled to that with Aether. And then you, like, split ways? And then now you're traveling... Well, you're not traveling specifically with me, but you're investigating with me in every single nation? Man,
What are
that's
you waiting
deep.
for? Let's go! Maybe we'll discover some secret that's lain hidden for hundreds of years!
I mean... Sure.
No. Now is not the time.
Are you concerned about the Abyss Order?
No, it's just
What?
I'm still waiting for my drink.
I never thought Dane would be someone to wait for his drink.
Seriously?
Even that face. After Dane finishes his drink, you prepare to travel to Avidya Forest. Yeah, remember. Okay, this gets intense quickly. And I'll mention it when the specificities come up, because even when I was doing this quest, I had theories about the ending of this quest. And, I mean, my theories... I'm not gonna say if they were correct or not, but they were definitely theories.
The wind knows me.
Oh, me and I gotta go up there. Right, because we have to travel back and forth a lot here, I think. Whatever, that should be fine. I do have Kazuha. He makes travel a lot easier. That didn't help, because he can't sprint while in midair. I'm gonna avoid him. Who is trying to assault me? Oh, Richbell and Tiger. Oh, leave me alone. Please don't say he's gonna attack me while I do this.
Wait,
Leave me alone!
this place, it's familiar.
Is the music familiar? Oh, the music's gone.
What about it? It looks pretty normal to Paimon. Was it like this hundreds of years ago, too?
Maybe?
Yes. The forest has barely changed from how I remember it.
See, is this
There is
here
very little human activity here after all.
before or after the quest?
Let's search the area and see what we can find.
Okay, but I'm curious when it all starts. If you don't know this quest, it'll be explained
Is this
later.
A field? It must belong to whoever owns that house over
No,
there.
it's a pool.
But
Go
it
swim in the
looks
dirt,
like it's been
Paimon.
abandoned for a long time. You could be forgiven for thinking nothing was ever grown here. Or, wait, maybe nothing ever was grown here.
Why do you think nothing was grown here? It looks like a natural field.
It's an
I kind of remember what it was for.
Forest
It looks like the light is coming from the Forest Watch
It's
Tower.
been ages since it was last lit. And clearly they put it out carefully to prevent a forest fire, too.
Okay,
That's responsible.
but if... Was someone here after the events that are about to happen? Because... that was like hundreds of years ago, wasn't it?
Nothing else stands out in this area. All that's left is that building. Come on.
When did Aether travel to Vat? How long did it take him to travel to Vat? I'm so confused.
Wait, we're just gonna go barging in? What if someone's home?
Considering how desolate this place looks, I don't think anyone's home.
Unlikely. There are no signs of life in this area. We should be able to enter without incident.
If you say so.
Barging and entering.
You lead the way then, Dane.
Dane, you're gonna be the reason why I'm gonna be arrested in Fontaine. Fontaine. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if this is here before or after the quest. I hear glowing.
Huh. So there really isn't anyone home.
Ooh. That does not look comfy.
This place is so dusty. Paimon bets no one's lived here in years.
Okay,
Investigate carefully. We mustn't miss a single detail.
to be fair, the cutscene at the end of this quest is actually really cool. I'll show it
This
in
bed
a
looks
while.
pretty ordinary. Huh. There's nothing underneath it either.
Yeah, no one's probably lived here for a
Person
while.
would want to live here. It's so dark and damp. Can't be all that comfortable.
It doesn't look all that comfortable.
There's a box over here. Why don't we open it? And by we, Paimon means you.
I love the glares.
Paimon's just scared that whatever's inside might bite her fingertips off.
Yeah, I think Dane's a little scared too because he's standing by the door. What in the world is going through your head?
Huh? This is a mirror.
A shattered mirror. It looks like it was shot or something, like right there.
It's broken too. Was this a makeup box?
Oh my god, wait a minute! Before this quest, or, not before this quest, before I'm doing this now, I believe this was updated. I don't think I actually saw the mirror effect. Okay, that's really weird, but, I think it was just like a gray. Like, no mirror effect, you couldn't see Lumine or anything? This might be new. God, I wish I had recorded it when I first did it, because that would be so cool to see if it was new or not. It's just a regular mirror that's broken.
That's kinda disappointing. Paimon was hoping we'd uncover some super big secret. Especially after Dane talked this place up.
He's like, what, you talking about me? Are you gonna help us search, Dane? You can get the tall shelves.
Hey, look! It's a bowl! Guess whoever used to live here liked to cook, huh?
It's a mortar and pestle.
Can't you smell it? There's a heavy scent of medicinal herbs in here.
You have a strong nose?
Oh, so it's a medicine bowl?
Oh, don't sniff it!
Seems you're right. You've got a good nose on you, Dane.
You can still smell medicine?
Doesn't
How
look like
long
there's
can
anything else
medicine
worth our
stay
attention here.
smelly?
Sure we're in the right place, Dane?
My memories are quite foggy, but my subconscious and instincts both assert that
Wait, so
something
you
once
went
happened
here with Aether. So you know what happened. Which I won't explain because it's technically spoilers. You know what happened. Right? Do we tell you about what we see afterwards? I don't know.
But
I
we'll
guess I'll just have to
exhaust
see.
ourselves if we search aimlessly. I hear noises outside. Let's go and check.
Is it a Healy Churl?
Noises? Is it...
Healy Churl or a Sumter Beast?
It's not much. Just some minor adversaries.
Treasure hoarders? Or Eremites? I guess Eremites are the Sumeru treasure part. You're just gonna stay here? Okay. I love that actually Paimon stays there! The interaction of this, I love it! Even though you can't technically interact with her. Oh, slimes.
Let the show be.
How can you hear slimes?
Dane's ears are sharp, just like his nose.
They weren't even
Definitely good shape for
jumping around, they were just standing there.
Although for someone who's as full of surprises as Dane, it's hardly a big deal. Anyway, let's beat up these monsters.
I thought the baby had died.
The wind knows me.
God dang it, I don't have a claymore.
Spicy.
Into the wind.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have done that. Whatever, I think it's gonna kill him anyways. Is there gonna be more? No. Talk to Dainsleif. Where is he?
I
Did he
doubt that
help
the
me?
appearance of those monsters was wholly random. There must be something nearby that attracted them.
Some type of ley line anomaly?
A ley line anomaly, perhaps.
What?
But it seems to be more than that.
How did that happen? Wait a minute. I can barely remember what happened in this quest. I don't think I would be able to remember the exact words of this quest. Oh my god, wait. That's creepy. I haven't done this quest in months. Okay, that's... I thought you were gonna say ley line disorder, not ley line anomaly specifically. That's really creepy, actually.
Okay. I'll go slightly further out to investigate any issues with the nearby ley lines. I might be a while. You should wait for me here.
Is this when it happens?
What? You're
I
going
think
alone?
it is.
You better not be trying to keep some secret from us.
Okay, that's really creepy though.
Your suspicions are as banal as they are unwarranted. I merely think that this house should remain the focus of our investigation.
I'm just trying to
And
make sure
as
you're
such,
safe, man.
Someone ought to stay here and keep an eye on it.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention that if even forest rangers are capable of investigating ley lines, I will be more than able to handle it alone.
Fair enough. Guess we'll just camp out here then.
Okay, that was really creepy though that he said ley line anomalies right after I did.
There's a bonfire over there. Let's make ourselves something to eat. All this running around has made Paimon real hungry.
I mean, I do have sweet madams now. I mean, I have chicken mushroom skewers and other food too, but sweet madam is the best. 'Cause chicken is the best too. Woo, go! Woo! You can Paimon make a fire before you know it's night sets in. Night already set in before, but sure. Why are you covering your eyes?
Good as ever. Even if there was no other reason, the food alone would be enough for Paimon to stick with you.
Wow, you're sticking with me for the more on the food. You're easy to please. Hey, well, me as a person am easy to please too. And food is just one of the things that pleases me, so I guess I'm similar to Paimon in that load. Or that area, I guess.
Changing the subject, Dane's taking forever. He said that there might be
It's
an issue
literally
with
been a
nearby
minute.
airlines. How bad do you think it could be?
Probably not bad, he's just not finding anything.
We came together, but now it's back to just being the two of us again.
Is that such a
You
bad
know,
thing?
Now that Paimon mentions it, we really have spent lots and lots of time together, haven't we? So, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but, do you ever get tired of Paimon being around?
Oh my god! That is so cute! You make my day every day, Paimon.
Oh, you stop it! Now you're embarrassing Paimon.
Don't let it get to your head.
So,
That's adorable.
next question. don't know if it's okay to
I like
ask
questions.
this, but Paimon's curious. What was it like traveling with your brother?
Probably fun because you had another family member. Oh man.
The stars?
We just gaze at the stars like this. That's adorable. Also, that's really cool. How you can see the galaxy. But I thought you guys were like space adventurers or something. You gazed at stars. I thought you like traveled among the stars. And we'd point at the planets we wanted to visit. So were you stuck on a certain planet for a while? Not that being Tevat?
Wow.
We traveled through the universe always by each other's side. Yeah, so you did. We saw all manner of hope and despair. And yet, Tevat was the worst? Or Tevat was the worst because you can leave? This is the first time we've ever been separated. If nothing else, I just want to know what happened. Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paimon understands.
Okay, but we
Separated
may
without
originally
knowing
be
the reason
from
why.
Tevat.
It's terrible.
I have a feeling they're from Tevat and something is going on with Aether because, like, they're supposed to be twins, but only Lumine, us. Only we're a descender, not Aether. Aether has records of being in Tevat, but not us. It's so weird.
But we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles. And you too, Tevat.
Aww. You wait, Heavenly Principles. You too, Tevat.
You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead. Because if you're sad, Paimon will be too.
Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Paimon.
All right. It's getting dark, so why don't you rest? Paimon will take first watch. Don't worry, no monster's gonna come and eat you up.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to do anything but screech. Well, that's a first. Paimon's not going to bed before me?
Oh, come on! Don't say that! Paimon just wants to look after you for once.
Oh, that is so cute. Alright.
Nighty-night. Go on, shoo! Off to sleep!
Just on the ground? Can I at least whip out my Serena teapot? So I actually have a bed and a place to sleep in? Memories of your sibling fill your mind as you fall soundly asleep. Oh! I have a feeling she thinks about Aether a lot. And as you can see here, I believe this is where we're entering the quote-unquote domain. It's a domain of sorts, just because we can't leave without resetting the quest.
Time to wake up. The sun has risen.
Maybe. Oh, Dane feet. Dane?
What a deep sleeper. You do know that we need to... Tear stains?
No!
You dreamed of your sibling last night, didn't you?
Oh, that's so sad!
All right. Rest here a bit longer then.
Dane!
I'll head into the forest to investigate.
Oh my god, this is gonna break my heart! Huh? Why are you going back into the forest? Wait! Oh, this might be... Yep. Oh! She made a noise! Yep, this might actually be where we entered the domain. How did I fall asleep till morning? Why didn't Paimon wake me up to switch shifts? Hang on a moment. Where is Paimon, anyway? I vaguely remember Dane coming over. Did Paimon go into the woods with him? Seeing how I haven't woken up yet? Whatever the case, looks like it's just me here for now. Guess it's time to stretch my limbs and have a look around. Oh! Wait, did that noise come from inside the house? Paimon, is that you? No reply. I should go inside and check. Star-crossed night. Yep, we are in the domain. You're currently in a special story mode and cannot complete this action because you can't teleport to any other areas. As you can see, there's red spots, so you can't teleport. And there's like this door thing. It's actually really cool how creative they're getting. The light from the tower thingies coming from the lighthouse. Or whatever it is. The forest watch tower. Yeah, but it's really cool, really detailed how it won't let you leave and that type of thing. We are in the domain, and when I started doing this originally, when I did this the first time, I had a few suspicions why Paimon was gone. Yeah, it'll be revealed later. I'm not even gonna reveal it. It's just super exciting.
Halt! What do you think you're doing?
Looking for my friend? Who are you? Why are you wearing purple like you're a Abyss Lector or Abyss Herald?
This place is not whatever you think it is.
Oh my god, he has the
Nor
outfit
should
of
you
an
be
Abyss Lector and
poking
Herald.
your nose into my business. Begone!
Oh my god, he has Prima eyes. Whoa, just calm down. I'm only here looking for my traveling companion.
Your travel companion? You mean the one that was keeping watch by your side last night?
Okay, why did you laugh like that, though?
Your companion departed for the forest early this morning. That much I saw with my own eyes.
Did you see what the companion looked like? Was he blonde or was she... Did she have white hair? I thought so. Still, I don't know if I can trust this person's word yet. So, you mean to say that you were nearby last night?
What business is that of yours? Hmm?
Yeah, I'm
All
wondering
you
if you're
need to
spying
know
on
is
me.
that I claimed this place first, and what I
Does
do
it have your
here
name on it?
is none of your concern.
Oh, really? Now I'm only more curious.
Do I make myself quite clear? Leave.
No. You tell me to do something. I'm gonna do the exact opposite, man. You should really get to know me. I don't listen to instruction. There's something strange about this person. Like, he has Primogen eyes and he dresses like an Abyss Lector and or Herald? I need to find out what he's hiding. Go inside the house!
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't think I'll have much luck trying to find my companion in the woods. I think I'm better off waiting here for them to come back.
If you must.
Don't laugh like
Suit
that.
yourself.
Oh my god. I know why you're laughing like that, but it's still very creepy.
I've been observing you. And you
Excuse me?
don't look like a forest ranger, nor someone from the academia.
You've been watching me?
Still, I'm warning you, no funny business. Promise me that,
Oh.
and you can do as you please.
I like Lumi. She's got the same personality as I do. I'm no villain, nor will I pretend to be a saint.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Just move aside. I'm heading in.
May I join you? I was out here all night. I'm cold. Yeah, as if those leaves are gonna stop the cold.
You...
I just asked to get in!
Oh, go on then. Have it your way. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hide this anyway. Just come in.
Insane? Much?
But no overreacting to anything you see in here, okay? You understand me?
Oh, I'm overreacting by your clothing. I don't think I'm gonna overreact any more than I already am. Relax. I've been around. It takes a lot to phase me.
Come on, then.
A lot to phase you, and yet you don't know what you're in for, Lumine! Here we go, I guess. There's a Haley trail. Why do you keep a hilly churl at home?
Mind your own business. Don't worry. He isn't aggressive.
Yeah, I have a feeling you are, though.
How could he be?
He looks
He
like
was too
he's
young for anything like that.
dying. Young?
So don't you lay a finger on him. Just find yourself a corner to rest if you're tired or cold.
You're from Conria, aren't you?
Huh?
See, this is where it starts to get confusing about, like, who turns into a hilly churl from Conria, who turns immortal from Conria.
You know Conria? Who are you? Exactly? And how do
Possibly
you
a
know I'm from
descender
Conria?
of Conria. I'm just a traveler. I've met others from Conria. Yeah, like other hilly churls. Although there was Kaya, Dane, and possibly Aether. Your clothes and your eyes. Your eyes more specifically. If that's how you... Well, each nation dresses differently. If that's how all the people from Conria dress, man, let me go to past Conria. Even though they might be very intimidating people. I don't know. Well, considering they created those giant mechanical things that are still active today in the desert, yeah, I'll be quite terrified if I ever went there. Oh, don't glare at me like that.
Do you worship a god, traveler?
No, I'm actually trying to find a god so I can take vengeance for my sibling. I follow no god. In fact, I count some as my foes. Some are my friends. I like that you get a choice with this. I don't know if this actually depends. I hope it does depend, though.
Sounds like you've had an eventful life.
Oh,
All
I don't
right,
like
well,
that laugh.
my name is Ida.
Ida.
And you are correct. I was once Conrian.
Once?
I apologize for my earlier hostility, but you must understand, as far as I'm concerned, humans who do not worship the Seven are nigh extinct.
Nigh extinct? So when you become immortal, if you become immortal, not like a hilly churl, but like actually immortal like Dane and you, do you stay the same, do you look the same age as when you became immortal? So like say if you became immortal at like 20 or something, you look 20 for like forever? Is that how that works, or do you still look like you age even though you don't age? That would be a little weird, actually. You grow to be 500 years old, you're gonna be looking ancient.
And all who place faith in the gods are my enemies.
Spoken like a true Conrian. I guess I have to despise the gods to learn more information about you.
That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been few and far between since the cataclysm.
So you know about the cataclysm too.
Wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must continue to suffer like this?
What is the curse of immortality exactly? I take it that's how you've survived for so long?
The curse. It was a little gift given to the people of Conria by those vile gods.
Okay, so the gods, the Archons, are controlled by Celestia. 6 out of the 7 were commanded to go to Conria to set down the spell, basically. Some of them turn immortal, some of them turn into monstrous immortal creatures, aka the hilly creatures. Do they really have like no remorse? So they do that? I'm a little confused. Well, actually, I'm not confused because most of them could be lying to us, and he does not necessarily lying to us, I don't think. She's just not telling us the complete truth that, the skies are a hoax. Getting all the Archon's Gnosis. They attacked Conria just because they didn't have a god to rule them? They were ruled by democracy? That's a little confusing. I mean, it's confusing and it's not confusing at the same time because it's not confusing because Celestia apparently wants complete control, and once they don't have that, they destroy, obviously. But oh man, that's deep.
We lost our home, our loved ones, everything. The agony of the cataclysm itself was already too much to bear, but then came the curse, robbing us any chance of release.
So then maybe Celestia destroyed Conria because they saw Conria as a threat because they couldn't control them. And what they can't control basically means, well, obviously they don't have control over it, so it's like a marionette moving without puppet strings. You can't control or know what it's gonna do next.
All we can do is watch helplessly as our souls erode and our bodies decay.
Yeah, kind of like Dane. So Ida is just like Dane, someone who bears the curse of immortality. Yeah, and if you look closely under Dane's mask, he actually has like a little bit of blue, like he's turning into an Abyss Lecter or Herald. Have you turned into an Abyss Lecter or Herald, Aid? Or Ide? I don't remember what your name was. So why did some people turn into Hilly Trolls while you were afflicted with this curse instead? Is it because you had higher power and they were just normal citizens?
Because, although Conria began with a single bloodline, it was a home to others too.
So, Conria began with a single bloodline, the people originally born from Conria, and then people who also moved to Conria as well. Makes sense.
Any who forsook their gods and came to Conria were welcomed as our fellow citizens.
Okay.
When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Conrians were declared the greater sinners. Upon us the gods placed the curse
Oh!
of immortality.
Wait, so pure blood Conrians, people born in Conria, were given the curse of immortality, aka they're immortal, they're not turned into creatures. Well, probably. I've seen Dane have blue on his arm and his cheek, so I'm a little suspicious there. But he's also like 500. I want to say like 520 something? So maybe like a little bit older than us? I don't know. Pureblood Conrians declared the great sinners, so people from Conria, born in Conria, were given the curse of immortality, but people who moved to Conria were given the curse of immortality by turning into the hilly creatures.
But Those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters.
So, who is this hilly troll to you? Punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters. Okay, so they weren't turned into hilly trolls immediately? So is that why? Is that how hilly trolls are across Tevat?
He is Kari Bear, my illegitimate son.
What does that mean? Does that mean he's like your stepson or something?
How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence now, but it was once a
Illegitimate
matter of
means he's not
unspeakable
blood
shame.
related to you, right? Ah, an illegitimate child is when the mother and father were not married at the time of the child's birth. Okay. And then it just gives me other words for illegitimate child. Huh. So does that mean that he was like born outside of Conria or something? I'm confused. Because you're from Conria, obviously. Dane is from Conria. But then was Curry Bear's mom from Conria? Because how is he a hilly troll if he's like half? Is it just like the pure blood Conrians, like 100% Conrian that you turn immortal? I have a feeling it is.
I was a noble
Like,
of Conria.
Father
My blood
and mother from Conria
resented
to
the
get the
life that
curse
my
of
family had
immortality.
arranged for me.
Noble of Conria blood. Ooh. Would Dane know you? Dane would probably know you, actually. Where did Dane go? I want you to meet Dane.
Then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Her roots were in Mondstadt, but that mattered not to me.
Ooh, that is
It
deep.
was love at first sight.
Her roots were in Mondstadt. Does it happen to be someone we know?
Kari Bear faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth. All due to my selfish desires, and I was never able to be there by his side for any of it. And after all that, he turned into a hilly troll right before my very eyes.
Oh man, that's
I
sad.
always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him.
Did his mother turn into a hilly troll too?
She was.
Oh no!
We were separated. I do
Oh,
not
that's
wish to
sad.
dwell on it.
I'm sorry.
It could be worse.
Don't say that.
I suffer the pain
your
of the
illegitimate
loss
son and
because
your
I once
and the
had
woman you loved, I guess,
everything I could wish for.
was turned into monsters, and your wife or your lover, I don't know, died probably.
And now that I have lost almost everything, the little that remains, I see with new clarity.
No, do you?
If nothing else, at least I still have Kari Bear.
Yeah. Can you mention how long has it been since the cataclysm? Please, can you tell me? What do you plan to do now? What were you planning to do around here?
Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Kari Bear, but I do have other things I wish to do.
You know there could be adventurers around here, right? He basically said you could come with me if you're so inclined. Curry Bear. Hilly trolls can't see their faces because if they do, well, no one knows if they see their faces, but they put on those masks basically so they won't see the monstrosities that they've become. Because I think they would get their memories back or something if they did see their faces. I don't know. Do their faces really look that bad? Is it like a human face plastered onto that type of monster? I don't know.
Over here.
What's this? A crafting bench?
I'm sure you're wondering why I brought Caribert here to Sumeru.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he needs a medicine that can only be made here.
A medicine? You can't reverse the curse. You know that, right?
One which will help him to recover his clarity of mind.
Recover his clarity of mind? Is that even possible? I mean, Halfdan was able to, but that's just because Halfdan was so determined, and it's honestly sad. When we were in the chasm, Dane said that the curse could not be undone. Is recovery really possible? Well, I mean, if you keep a semblance of your mind, I guess it's kind of possible, but like it was with Halfdan, but it's not because Halfdan couldn't necessarily talk until he was, dead.
I do not hope to break the curse. I am well aware of my powerlessness against the punishment of the gods. But it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a state of deep stupor. It has been used in the past to treat cases of mania.
Go, then maybe you should take it.
I believe that it might just work.
Where did you hear of this? Can we go and check with the Hira just to be sure?
I read about it in a book.
Aha! I totally trust a book.
From the Royal Library of Conria.
Oh.
It was banned.
Okay, I'm getting a little more creeped
Since
out.
this
Dang!
medicine requires the power of the seven to work. In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. I was leafing through some.
Okay, but it wasn't the
forbidden
7
text
that
and
cursed you. It was
happened
6
upon
out of the 7 that cursed you because Rukkhadevata had to stay here to protect Irminsul. Why do they always say the 7? Is it because you guys didn't know that there was only 6? Unless I don't think someone else would take the place of Rukkhadevata in Conria. You know, there must have been a reason why it was banned. It sounds dangerous. I guess you have no other choice at this point.
What other choice
Yep.
do I have? What exactly would you have me do, huh?
Let sleeping lions lie?
The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter now?
Aha. Yeah, as if I need to accumulate sins when I'm looking for a specific god myself. Alright, don't get too worked up. I understand. No matter what, you have to try.
Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. I struggle to take control of my mood sometimes.
No kidding.
Perhaps a consequence of having lived too long.
How long have you lived? 500 years, perhaps?
As it happens, I am in dire need of some help to make
Can
this
you
medicine.
mention how long you have lived, man?
My hands don't have the dexterity they once did. I fear they may be decaying from within. All thanks to this curse of immortality.
Yeah, 500 years can do that to a person.
Okay. To start with, take this ingredient.
I don't like the way you talk and the way you laugh. It's very creepy. What the? Okay, that looks like a different plant that I know, but I don't remember what it's called, but red. A mushroom? I've never seen this kind of mushroom before.
Also, do you have any of Sumeru's regional specialties on hand? I believe they're called Kalpalata lotuses and Sumeru roses.
I believe so. I mean, there's some right there and some right there. I picked some before, yes, but they're probably old
Oh,
and
wonderful.
dead.
Oh, in that case, we have everything we need.
Unless I just store it in the ceramic teapot and then they stay alive there? I don't know. I can't keep a plant alive to save my life.
This is the method for making the medicine. You just need to follow the steps.
Okay, you're very creepy, man. Strange mushroom. Can mushrooms really grow in a field like this? Well, I mean... we didn't know what else grew here. I'm gonna collect these just in case. I believe I do have them, but I still feel like collecting more. Kalpalata lotuses. That's what they're called. No, where is it? It looks like that. Is there a mushroom that looks like that in, like, the inventory? I recognize that shape. But I don't remember if it's something collectible. I don't think it would be something collectible. Or something just in nature. Yeah, there it is! Rukoshava mushrooms. A fungus that grows in layers upon layers like a sea of clouds, and which mostly grows on trees deep in the rainforest. So there's that, and then there's this one. It's literally the opposite color. Blue is the opposite color. Blue is the exact opposite color of red. Also, wasn't this stove, like, over here somewhere? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. Earth and water, wind and fire, craft for me what I desire. Ooh. That does not look consumable. Nameless taboo medicine of the royal court. Ooh, not sure if I trust that. So do you just keep it? Sickness unto something something. So do I just keep the recipe then? I think I do. Don't know what those are. I'm not gonna look at those because that might actually be new. I'm not gonna look at those that much. Not gonna look at those. Those are all from Fontaine. I should stop looking at these. Oh, this might actually be new. I don't... Was there always this forest essential oil? Because this increases dendro damage. Was this always here? Maybe I just never noticed this. I don't know. But maybe you just always keep the recipe. Wait, what was the... Oh, god dang it, I can't check the achievement. Fine, here's your medicine aid.
Is it done? Oh, splendid.
Hi,
Let me see.
Whatever your name is.
In all honesty, I do not know what the end product is supposed to look like.
Are you kidding me?
The banned book didn't feature
Oh,
any
the
illustrations.
crazy laugh. Okay.
Well, the moment has finally arrived. Curses.
Excuse me? Curses?
No. We need to perform one final step to complete the medicine.
And what is that?
I said before that this medicine relies on the power of the God of Wisdom for its restorative effects.
So I need to go to the Statue of the Seven?
Which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven.
Ouch. That can't be easy from someone from Conria. Since he needs the God of Wisdom's power, should I get Nahida to help? Forget it. Ida already hates the gods. It would complicate things. I'll just do it his way.
Let's go. Bring the medicine with you.
I really think Nahida would be a bigger help, but okay. Go to the nearby Statue of the Seven. Don't we? Oh, God dang it. Do we also need to go to the waterfall? I thought we needed to go to the waterfall, too. Well, maybe we do. It is unlocked.
Look at this statue. How can I bow before this thing?
Nahida didn't do anything wrong. Well, I mean... Nahida technically is Rukadavada, so I can't say she didn't do anything wrong, but... I mean, she was only looking out for her people. Technically, it was the 6 other Archons, to be fair. Hi, Celestia. You're very creepy. You just happen to appear in every quest, don't you? You really like eavesdropping, Celestia. Castle in the sky.
God of wisdom!
Abode of the gods.
Look at me!
It's a statue, man. A statue that I have yet to, repair.
I will utter no prayer, nor will I sing your praises.
Okay, I don't think she cares. This is a statue, man.
You and your kind destroyed my home.
I mean, it's understandable why he wouldn't forgive the gods, but...
Here I stand before you.
Yeah, maybe you should be insulting the gods when you're trying to help your illegitimate son.
You cannot mock me more than fate itself already has.
Yeah.
God of wisdom, I seek not to disavow myself of the sinful blood that flows through my
See,
veins.
again, I
wish
feel like,
only to
or
be
not
you.
Conrad, Celestia. I feel
Have
like
pity
Celestia has moved. I don't think
upon the
Celestia was
young
there before,
and
like,
unfortunate
long
soul.
updates ago. Maybe that's the final place they wanted Celestia to be? I don't know. It's really creepy.
My son.
Because in the manga, it
Carabin.
says that,
He was turned
Vanessa,
into a
it
monster
starts with
before he had the chance to
Lady
witness
Vanessa of
anything
Mondstadt
beautiful in this
and her
world.
little sister.
This is no
And her
fate
little
for a
sickly sister
child.
says, "Hey sis," or says something along the lines of, "Hey sis, don't you think Celestia, the abode of the gods, looks closer today?" That was the time of Vanessa. When actually was the time of Vanessa? I actually don't know. I don't know specifically when it correlates to the Cataclysm in Conria, but her sister says that doesn't Celestia seem closer today, and then it like completely sidetracks. Eventually, Vanessa does become like a type of god, I think. She goes to Celestia's abode and then comes out as like a hawk, symbolizing that she could be one of the 4 winds, obviously, but I don't know. It's really creepy. Turned into a monster before he had the chance to witness anything beautiful in this world. This is no fate for a child. How old was he? Oh.
If everything the gods have done was in order to have the impious people of Conria bow their heads, then I bow to you now.
Oh, he's doing this for his son.
I have given up all I ever stood for.
Oh.
All I ask is for a tiny miracle. For Caribert to see this world once more.
I mean, he has
Please,
a
God.
mask. How can Haley Turtle see
I
you,
beg of
actually?
you.
They have masks on. I don't think their masks would have eye holes, because with eye holes, they would be able to see each other with their reflections. I may not know the whole truth behind the cataclysm, but the people of Conria have truly suffered. Why could Conria and the Seven not coexist in peace? Because Celestia couldn't have control and Celestia is corrupt? Is there really any more reason than that?
I have made quite enough of a fool of
Why did you want me to
myself
come
around
with
here.
you?
Let's go.
Things will get better. Not so sure about that, actually. Wait, I remember something else that happens in this quest. I don't remember how it happens, but I remember something happening. God dang it! Let's get the burb. Go get the burb. Alright, administer the dose of medicine to the hilly trail. Named Kari Bear. Oh man, that is sad. See, I wonder what Conria was based off of. Because they say that, each nation is based off of some place in real life, and I actually really like that. But, like, Mondstadt was Germany, Shanghai is Russian, I think. Obviously Liu is China. Inazuma is Japan. Fontaine is French, I believe, because I believe Fontaine, the word Fontaine, is actually French for fountain. Ironic. And then I'm not actually sure about Sumeru. But I wonder about Conria. Kari Bear.
Kari Bear?
The hilly trail seems almost lifeless. Its reactions to everything are incredibly weak.
Well, we've prepared the medicine. We might as well try it.
I mean, there's no going deeper down, I
Kari Bear.
guess.
It's me. It's your father. Kari Bear.
With your help, I defeated the... I'm guessing that was newly made medicine to the hilly trail. Oh, the one thing I hate about Twitch... Hold on a second. I just realized that it showed I was playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not playing Hogwarts Legacy. And the one thing I hate about Twitch is when you're on mobile and you pause it, you can't, like, do YouTube where you click to the side and the pause button disappears so you can actually read what's on the screen. No, it doesn't disappear until you play it, and after a few seconds it'll disappear. I hate it so much. Anything?
Kari Bear, please say something.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Dang,
I couldn't
where
be at
are
your side
you?
when you were born. And that I failed to reach you and Mama in time when you both were suffering.
Oh. Wait. So does that mean he was... Wait, does that mean he was actually born in Mondstadt then? Because you said his mom was from Mondstadt. And then... Oh, that's sad.
But I'm here now. Papa's been by your side all these years.
That is so
I've
sad.
never left you, not once.
Oh.
Are you still angry with me, Kari Bear? I know you're awake now. Do you not want to talk to me?
Don't get angry with him, please.
I'm so sorry, Kari Bear. Forgive me. Please, say something, anything.
Easy.
Please. Please.
I need to stop. Uh-oh. Is his head twitching? I thought his head was twitching.
Oh, gods above! What more do you want from me? You took everything from here, and I still bowed to you.
Yeah, I wonder how Dane must feel actually, because I have a feeling he's hiding a lot from us too. He trusts us. We trust him, but also, where did you find leaves this big? Anyways. He trusts us, we trust him, but is there something about our sibling he's not telling us about? Because there was the 3 questions that we answered from him. But he said we're both alike like him and we're not at the same time. And at the time, we didn't know he was the travel partner of our sibling. But now we do know. I'm so confused.
I'd give you my very life if only you cared to take it! But you won't even let me die!
So, when you become immortal, can you just, like, not die at all? Or you just don't die of old age? I'm confused by that. There are 2 different definitions of immortality.
Never have
Not dying at all,
that
not
had to
dying
do
of
with the gods.
or not dying of
I
old
was
age.
Just deluding myself. The gods of this world have never stood with humanity, not even for a moment.
There might be other reasons why it didn't work. Oh, she's actually sad.
Other reasons. What do you mean?
Such as, who knows, perhaps the dosage was too low? Or maybe it takes a full course of treatment?
Huh. You really think so?
You have to... Oh, she's right! You have to exhaust all options unless you're ready to give up on Bear.
Give up? No,
Lumine,
no,
I don't like that you
never.
actually say this because I
Yes,
remember
you're right.
something and I don't remember
I
how we
cannot
get to
let
that
myself
something.
wallow in despair. Even if I must stay here with him for 50 years, 100, what difference does it make? I do not lack for time.
That's the spirit. I'll keep helping you. Dane, where are you? To have infinite time, yet no hope, can only be called torture. Oh, it's like you, Lumine, because you're immortal! Or at least you live really, 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 really long. Oh, that's sad! I mean,
Let's
she
go.
still has Paimon, I
We'll make another
guess.
dose.
Do you have another one of the mushrooms?
The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom, which makes things complicated.
I just realized how
But not
tall you are
impossible.
compared to me. Where did you get those mushrooms from anyway?
I grow them in that field.
Don't laugh like that. In a field? Like a crop?
The details don't matter, right? Curb your curiosity and just do as I instruct. If you truly wish to help me, that is how you can do it.
Okay, well those plants are gonna be dead in no time, but sure.
There is a waterfall near the statue.
Oh
I
yeah,
created.
we do go near the
I
waterfall.
need you to collect some water from there around 2 in the afternoon.
Specific?
I'll be here watching Curry Bear. Once you're back, I will make some fertilizer for the mushrooms.
Got it.
Good. Then please head over when the time comes.
Oh, yay, it actually skips for me. Time passes quickly. Before you know it, you go to the waterfall, I guess. Go to the waterfall to fetch some water. No, I'm going to the waterfall to do an anime montage training or something. I don't know. That's very specific timing, but I mean, he is pretty crazy to be living 500 years old. So where's Dane and Paimon? I'm getting a little concerned. And I was getting concerned when I first did this quest too, and my original thoughts were actually proven correct. Those thoughts will be proven correct. Ooh, the shadow changed. His thoughts will be proven correct. How do I climb up a mountain when I'm carrying a bucket of water? Oh, the water is gonna spill everywhere. Whatever. My thoughts were proven correct at the end of this quest, but it's still pretty shocking for someone who hasn't seen it. Alright, I got the water. Can't imagine there's much left in it, but
You're back.
I don't know, maybe there's a special lid of some kind?
By which I mean he still isn't responding.
I was expecting that.
Anyway, give me the water.
Oh, you're planting it. That's a good thing. So I don't kill the plants. Why is it also sideways? Strange mushroom watering water? You drew this water at 2 in the afternoon from the waterfall beside the statue of the Seven, just as Ida instructed. I don't remember how to say his name again. Dane Paimon?
I need you to stand guard here for
Guard?
a while. Whatever you do, don't let any forest rangers approach the house. Understand?
Of course.
Ah, good. I'll be back soon. The fertilizer won't take but a moment to make.
Okay. Do I want to know what that fertilizer is? Monsters, and so many of them. Looks like they're coming for this field. Does watering the field somehow attract monsters? Better fend them off. Okay, but the slimes appeared too, but there was no plants inside of the fields. Unless there were plants inside of the fields, and we just needed to water it at, like, 2.
Get them! Let's dance.
Clouds high.
Oops.
The birds call.
I have to do this
wind
first.
Windblade.
Damage! Yep, knew there was gonna be a second one. Come here, little guys. Let me get all my bursts up.
Hi.
Yeah, I know there's something gonna be happening soon, and I don't know how it happens. Get all the big damage. Any more? No.
What happened? Was it monsters?
Just fungi. Trying to protect their brethren or something.
Oh, thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself.
No, I
I'd
can't
have to,
imagine you could.
hide and wait until they were gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. The effects can take some time to kick in, so let's get on with it.
Okay. Ida spreads the fertilizer evenly before long the elemental energy within
Next,
begins
we
to take
pick
effect.
the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dose.
Only one per
I
dose?
trust you still remember the method.
Probably? I mean, I wasn't given a lot of instructions. Strange mushroom. Hold on, I'm gonna cook some food first. Can I not cook some food? Let me cook some food! It's not gonna let me cook some food. It only says craft. Oh no, Kazuha.
Let the show begin.
Just checking. Oh, so it's 2 per dose. Okay. So we're just gonna be giving him 1 dose at a time then? Those actually grew very quickly, considering it's still day. Don't question this blue circle around me. The medicine's ready.
Oh, sorry. I just, after resting in this field for a while, my
How do we know
thoughts
this
began
medicine
to
is even gonna
wander.
work?
I have been so very wary for many years. If
We
I
only
could
know
fall
how to
asleep
craft this
here
by pen
in
and
this
paper.
field
Or
and never wake up again.
pen and tablet, I guess? But though the curse denies you even this, you still have Kari Bear. I mean, he's not responding, so still kind of depressing.
I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. Thank you for your help once again.
I don't even know why I'm
And
helping. I'm
now,
just waiting for
for the
Dan and
final
Paimon to
step.
come back.
Back to the statue
We're just
of
wondering
the 7.
where all the slimes are coming from, I guess? They thought it was a ley line anomaly, which Dane actually copied me saying it was a ley line anomaly. That is very creepy. I said a ley line anomaly because I couldn't think of the word for ley line disorder. Go to the statue of the right, because you need to do that ritual thing. Forgot about that. Well, I could have just been healed by the statue of the 7, I guess. Whatever. Going back time now. Oh
We're
man, the
here.
Duskbird is gone.
Let's begin. Wait a moment. Hey, what was that? Cory Bear!
I don't think that was Kari Bear. Kari Bear had a bandage, right? He left the house?
Oh no! He must have left while we were too busy preparing the medicine to notice.
I was busy preparing the medicine. Excuse you? You were doing nothing but daydreaming. I don't think that was Kari Bear. I think that was just a normal Hilly.
Come on! We have to catch up with him!
So, when you give a Hilly the medicine, do you just, like, lift up their mask? Or do you just smush the medicine on the mask? Or how does that work exactly? Do you know what a Hilly Troll's face looks like? I don't know exactly, because I don't. Beep. Oh, it didn't give me the shroom! Man. Whatever, I got 2 shrooms right there. Kari Bear, even though you're not Kari Bear! Wait! I don't think you're Kari Bear, at least. The poor Hilly Troll must be like, why are these
That's
crazy people
not
following
Cory
me?
Bear.
No, it's not. There's no silk scarf around his arm.
Right.
Silk
And
scarf.
Cory Bear's scarf
Blah, blah.
was a gift I once gave to his mother. I
Oh,
use it now as a marker of sorts.
because you can't tell the difference between them?
My eyes must be going.
You are like
How
500
could
years
I
old.
not recognize my own son? This decrepit body of mine.
Still, there's something strange about this Hilly.
Ah, yes. It doesn't seem interested in us in the least. It seems intent on walking in that direction.
It seems
could
like
it be
something
going?
is happening to it, like it's being called towards a certain chasm? It's happened once before, can happen again, probably. Let's go have a look.
Yes. The more we know about Hilly Churls, the better.
I'm a little suspicious because I don't think Paimon would leave me for longer than a day. Unless something happened to her. The Lamenter at Fate's End. Follow the Hilly Trail. Okay. Star Shroom. How much Star Shroom do I have? 21. I like that you can actually see it walking towards it. That is so cool. Ooh, that's not
Did
creepy
it
at all.
go in here?
No, it literally just faded from existence.
Well, let's head in.
Yep, we're just gonna follow this random Hilly Trail and just leave your son behind. That's totally smart. I think I might remember how this plays out. This part might be the creepy part. Well, all of it's the creepy part, actually, but...
What a ghastly place. Has it always existed? I swear I've never noticed it before.
Look, what are those Hilly Trolls doing? What are they doing?
Huh. It looks like they're, worshipping. Sometimes walking, sometimes kneeling in worship, and it appears to be in earnest.
I thought Conrian citizens didn't worship gods. I mean, they're
never
not...
seen
Wait, they're not
anything
originally
like this in
from
all my
Conria!
life. What in the world does this place conceal?
Wait! Oh, so the Haley Turtles aren't originally from Conria, but they're people who moved to Conria and who don't worship the gods. Wait, but they still don't worship the gods. Then why are they bowing?
Oh, there's only one way to find out.
Oh, yeah, and I don't like that way. Can we go back to air here? And this creepy scene. It's eerily familiar. Yeah, maybe because it happened in the chasm, too. Are you... Oh, I don't want to attack you! Oh, come on! Seriously? Fine, before it goes into a cutscene and you guys just attack me without me helping.
Into the wind.
Make your death a painless one. A quick and painless one. Ooh, whoa, that's different. Did it say something about the Door of Resurrection? Get close to the Door of Resurrection to the sanctuary's entrance to adjust your party setup. Oh, you can actually do that? I thought it was just to resurrect you if you kept dying. I highly doubt I'm dying. It's the same pattern as Enkanomiya. They're those same statues that are in Enkanomiya. Oh, yeah, let's just go stare into the void. This is a good plan. Oh, no, it's like...
Is this a teleportation device?
She talks!
What energy is powering it?
Probably the energy of the abyss, I'm gonna be honest. But we've seen this kind of thing before in the chasm when we were like stuck in that area in the chasm. When we were stuck in the deepest depths of the chasm. Oh, this looks a lot like the stuff in not Conria, in Kanamiya. What are you guys bowing to? Are they forced to do this? What? Oh, that's perfect. Oh, hi.
Spicy.
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Why are you guys here?
Windblade.
Only Global can do really big damage here because there's Animo, sure. Oh, there we go.
Let's dance.
Yeah. Here you go. Not gonna use my burst, I don't know why. Okay, I have a feeling we're coming up at something that's, you know, might be important. Ooh, that's important. Same designs from Enkanomiya. A little suspicious. Enkanomiya was, in fact, under Watatsumi Island. Conria has a lot of things to do with things upside down, and it is rumored that Conria is beneath Teyvat somehow. I don't know how that works, but it's pretty creepy. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go towards those random wisps of wind. You say yes, Kazuha? I guess he says yes. Alright. That's not creepy at all. Just a grand staircase. Oh, right. I forgot there were still some things to do. Oh, yeah. So Conria really does like things upside down. Huh. You know, I actually wouldn't be surprised if the people from Conria were crazy. If you stay upside down that long, the blood's gonna rush to your head. Why am I stuttering so much?
The wind knows me.
Woo! Opposite element slimes. I love it. Can you die already? Yeah, can't jump that far when you're deactivated. Ooh. I'm gonna pick that up, whatever that is. Where are you going, Heelys? Can I see them disappear? Are you gonna attack me? Yep, knew it. I'm sorry, I was just curious.
Nature. Come.
Well, that one was unsuspecting. Oops. I remember this being a little bit of a puzzle. It's also really creepy. I believe we have to go to this one? Or I think we might actually have to go to that teleport area. Because that might bring us here to the chest. I don't know, it's a little bit of a puzzle. So let's figure this out. Boopity. See, your surroundings don't change, it just looks like your surroundings change, because they're still...
How did I get on the ceiling? Did the room turn upside down?
Oh,
Or
that is so trippy!
gravity itself?
I don't like that. I don't like roller coasters specifically because they turn you upside down. Can I get to my chest, please? Please? I need it. I'm guessing that's where I need to insert these little key thingies? Or is it this? Open door. But that leads to my chest. And I gotta go back upside down? What is this? It looks like I need
Seems
3.
like I need to find a place to insert the rune.
I wonder where. Okay, so there's still one more rune then. Okay, that's still really cool. Which door did it open though? It wants me to go over here because I believe the last room might be here. Oh, this might lead to over there. Look like this first. Oh, you're not even gonna say anything. Most of the time, the characters say something when they open a chest. That's actually really creepy that you didn't say anything now. Woo, what is this? Oh, it's gone. It's still really cool. A little glitchy, but very cool that it does that. Ooh, that is trippy. What is that black shadow? I don't know if I like this, Ida. Do we? Okay, down we go. Or not, okay. Do the safe route and don't open the hatch when you're standing on it. Continue exploring. Yeah, does Ida have a wind glider, or do we just have to carry him down? Or if he can't, I don't like that there's like complete black right there. Or if he can't die, then he just like jumps down and then immediately gets back up like, oh, I'm fine. I'm confused by that. No, there was a chest! Don't go in there! Don't go in there! No! Oh, hi. Yeah, this might have been actually the creation of you.
Granted you the right to enter this place.
Meanwhile, you're just observing him because, you know, you are like him. You're tall, you're just like him. Yeah. Abyss Herald? No. He doesn't look like someone from the Abyss, or yes, he does? Oh, he's got horns. An audience? With who? With you?
Very well. And I grant you the trial.
I'm not sure if I like this trial of destiny. Yep, it's gonna be a battle. Well, good thing I have a better character.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
It's not all surprising that you're attacking us. You know, my sibling is your lord, so can you, like, not attack me? See, that's the thing, too. Ether doesn't tell them not to attack me. I think he just tells them, like, not to kill me or something?
The wind knows me.
I'm waiting till you do your second half before everything else. I thought you were doing your second half.
Race you! Out of the frying pan, into the
Second half. There it is. Ooh, don't know that attack, but it's so cool. How do you work with Sungling's burst? You just run back and forth?
Time to go.
Ooh, don't like
Into
that.
the wind.
Windblade! Prepare to be blown away! Booba, get them!
How about face the stove god? Hold on, I gotta get my stove god back. See, you could just slightly see the AoE of their attack sometimes. See, I would use Barber's E right now, but he would freeze the crap out of me. Woo!
Booba, get them! Race you!
See, Aether might not have even told them anything about me other than that I was his sibling, or kin as they referred it to.
Winter is nigh.
Oh yeah, you guys always like saying nigh, but he might not have told them.
Who was that? He was.
Are you gonna say cool? Yeah, he's totally gonna say cool. Pun! Anyways. God, what was I saying? Yeah, Aether might not have told them anything other than that we were siblings. Because, this is just a personal theory, because he knows that we'd survive until we found him again. I don't know, that's just a personal theory of mine. Because the one guy did retreat because he knew that we were the kin, literal kin of Aether. But then he attacked us again? I don't know, it's confusing. I've seen similar characters before.
He was a perfect being.
Yep, of course you say that, considering you're
I'm in
literally
awe.
becoming one. Huh?
He had the most wondrous aura, a perilous yet beautiful power. Oh, truly mesmerizing.
You get his powers one that one of the gods wields, right?
And yet, you were
Not
able to
from the god
defeat him.
directly, but
Oh, your strength is greater than I had imagined.
yeah, you'd be wise not to challenge me. I just have a lot of combat experience, I guess.
Let's continue on. I find myself growing more curious by the second and more excited.
That's literally me about everything in Tibet, but it's also very creepy. Okay. Blarber, go!
Come on, we can do it!
Hold on, dramatic reveal for the door. Gotta make sure everyone's HP is exact. It is. Just checking. What are these statues even? I thought you guys were democracy, not... See, their gods would be kind of related to kings and queens. Monarchy, that's what it's called. They're kind of like kings and queens, so... Or at least similar to kings and queens, except you don't dethrone them or anything. But... So is it like a monarchy versus a democracy? Then? Am I even using the right word? Is democracy? I want to watch that cool reveal. Is democracy run by the people? I believe it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah. Don't know the full lore on that, but we're gonna search for what a democracy is and stall on that. Is a democracy a system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of state, typically through elected representatives. I mean, they would kind of have a democracy. I don't think they would, like, elect anybody. Because it said it was a nation run by the people. So I imagine it's, like, there's, like, no ruler, because then that would consider it to be almost like a monarchy. I don't know. Government. We're not into government type stuff. Um, Give me 1 second. Okay, so I guess it would be democracy. Democracy, meaning rule of the people, is a system of government in which the citizens exercise power directly or elect representatives from among themselves to form a governing body, such as a parliament. Don't know what that is. Democracy is sometimes referred to as rule of the majority. Obviously. Electing a ruler, basically. But I don't know if Conria had a ruler, so I guess democracy fits best. Then why do they have statues of people? That's weird! That's like their version of the Statue of the Seven.
We've made it to the end.
What is that thing? Wrapped in chains, hanging midair, emits a sinister aura. No kidding! It reminds me exactly of the upside down Venti statue. There's no mistaking it. It's just like the defiled statue. Yeah. Oh, that's what the Hilly Charles are bowing to. Wait! That's what the Grand Thief was bowing to after he died. Oh, that is creepy. Or whatever his name was. The Great Thief, the Grand Thief. I don't know. I like that it showed examples, actually. Oh, there's even chains and, you know, things emanating towards it. So it does have something to do with the Abyss Order. And these worshipping hilly trolls remind me a little too much of the Grand Thief. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of died in an awkward position. How did he die like that? This place is bad news. We've got to go. No! Ida!
Oh, dear creature. Why do you bow
I
down?
forgot about that.
For fear of the unknown? Or for power that you covet?
Why do you bow down? Are you talking to Ida or me? I think he's talking to Ida. Whose voice is that? It must be coming from inside my head. Can't Ida hear it?
Oh, dear creature.
Voice inside the head.
Why do you bow down? For I am no god. I am but a sinner.
Does that mean you're also... Give me 1 second. Does that mean you're also one of the Conrian citizens referred to as sinners by the gods? Committing an act of wrongdoing, I guess? A sinner?
You are like a flower, born in sin.
Oh, I don't like the reference to the flower.
Spotless. I know your fate well.
Like a flower born in sin, yet pure, spotless. I know your fate well. Are you talking to me or Ida?
You need no longer hold back your resentment, nor accept the countless lies.
What?
Go forth, become a transcendent one.
I think he's talking to Ida.
Rise beyond the fate bestowed upon you. And I shall shed a tear at the end of time.
Oh no, you're crying. Boo-hoo. Who are you? What are you? Yeah, exactly. Who in the world are you? What do these words mean? Oh yeah, now you give me the silent treatment. Voice. It's gone. Well, I've seen a talking sword before. This is nothing new. Talking crystal. Oh, yep. Is this what gives Conrian citizens the power of Abyss Lectors and Abyss Heralds and maybe even Abyss Mages too? Ida? Oh, I did hear her gasp.
What just happened?
You bowed down. Some purple mist surrounded you? That actually reminds me of... What's her face? Lynette's vision. How it kind of glue purplish? Very creepy. Yeah, you might actually become an Abyss Lector and or Herald.
When I saw that thing, my heart was instantly at peace.
Did you hear the same voice I did, Ida?
A sense of awe or joy, perhaps.
Yeah, and you're really gonna trust something as simple as that? Are you alright now?
I am. I feel good. In fact,
That's
I
not a good
feel
thing that you feel
better
good.
than I did before I came in here.
Oh.
How peculiar.
Yeah, how peculiar. Something's not right about this place. We need to get out of here.
Oh, is that so? All right. As you wish.
Yeah. You leave the ominous cave and return to Ida's house. Please teleport me. Please teleport me. Please. 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 Yes!
Caribert! Oh, thank goodness. He's still okay.
Yeah, you were too busy following that other hilly trail to completely remember your son. We still need to go to the statue of this. Don't we still need to go to the statue of the Seven? Why are we back here? Probably because he just wanted to check if he was okay. There could be forest rangers.
I have a strange feeling that what just happened was meant to be.
I don't think he heard the voice. I think it was just me that heard the voice. Because, well, I'm not from this world. I don't know.
For this to happen, right at the moment when I was dreading worshipping at a statue of the Seven, it's as if fate was calling to me. You say that I bowed before that thing, so perhaps it might be just as effective.
So you don't even remember what you did? That sounds like a ridiculous idea, but if you insist, it's your son.
I have to try. No matter what, you said it yourself. I have to exhaust all options.
I guess so. Another dose of medicine is administered to the elytral.
Caribert?
Oh, there we go.
Papa?
Oh!
Caribert! Oh, my goodness, it worked! It's a miracle! Oh, Caribert! My dear
Okay,
son!
but can you, like, see through that mask somehow? Or what? How does that work? What does your face look like? What do elytral's faces look like? I mean, I love their ears. Their ears look so cute and their hair looks so fluffy, but other than that, I don't know. I can't believe it.
You see? It worked! Caribert can speak again!
Yeah, but what was that power that just talked to me?
Where's Mama?
Oh no!
Mama is...
Caribert, do you know what you are?
Caribert, look at me. Do you know who I am?
Of course. Your Papa.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Salvation! Sweet salvation! Yes, this is what this feeling is. How
Can this
do you
happen with
feel,
all
Caribert?
helitrals?
Are you fully
Elon
awake
Musk
now?
would love to see this.
feels like I just woke up from a long, long sleep.
I mean,
dreamed that I was hiding in a little room. I didn't dare go out the whole time, and I didn't want to either.
as a kid, that would be so terrifying. Oh. Oh no.
My body! What happened to me?
I feel like he's like
Is this
maybe a little younger
is
than
this me?
10.
Papa? What's happened to me?
Maybe like 9?
Don't panic, son. It's just... While you were sleeping, we went into a fairy tale world.
Oh.
There's no more Conria here. No more home. But, do you know what that means? No more red sky. No more end of the world.
That would be
In this
terrifying.
world, you
Even
have
as
to
an
be
adult,
a
that would be
little
terrifying.
monster, but you get to stay with Papa forever.
Am I dead?
Oh.
No, of course not. Look, Cory Bear, you still have Mama's scarf on your arm. That means she's watching
The
over
animation
you,
where he looks at the
protecting
scarf.
you. So how could you be dead?
Really?
Yes, really.
So
You've
does that
only
mean he
just
hid in
woken
a
up,
closet
and-
when he
and
became
this
a
must
healing
all
churl?
be very confusing for you. Just rest here for now. Things will get better.
Oh.
Oh, and you have to promise me something. Never take off your mask.
But I want to see.
Understand? Whatever happens, you mustn't take it off.
But I want to see it.
Okay, Papa. I won't.
I want to see what a healing chair looks
I
like.
promise.
Let me see what a healing chair looks like. Father and son talk for a long while. Ed seems to be
Not
changed
since
man.
that day have I been so glad as I am now.
Changed man after his religious
I can't believe
experience.
this is really happening.
Yeah. It's almost unbelievable.
I knew that placing my hope in the Seven was a waste of time.
But if you
I-
didn't
I
place your
even
hope in the
worshipped at one of
Seven,
their
what
statues
else
like a-
did you
like a
place
common
your hope
fool.
in?
Never before have I humiliated myself
A
like that.
Purple crystal that you don't even know if it talked to you, but I knew that it was talking to you somehow. That also seems to be related to your homeland? That's weird, man.
Once a murderer, always a murderer.
I'd rather place myself in a god you
I
know
was
exists
naive
than a
to think
god
that the
that's...
gods who conspired against us
Yeah, I don't know, place as a
would ever
crystal?
offer redemption.
Okay, you got your son back, but at what cost? There's a cost for literally everything.
But the god we saw in that cave, now that was a truly mighty god. Nothing like one of the
A god
Seven.
that's using Conria. You understand that that quote-unquote god could be the reason Conria is destroyed now, right?
That wondrous power, it was truly
That power
enchanting.
could be the reason Conria is destroyed.
Surely that must have been the reason I bowed down.
I think you were forced to, actually, because of your insanity.
Now then, after one besieges a god, and the god responds by answering their prayers, should they, do something to show their devotion?
I have no idea. I don't know what it's like to show devotion to a crystal.
Piety is hardly my area of expertise. But surely I should honor the god that has honored my wishes.
But Ida, that was not a god. That was a sinner. Whatever the heck that means.
A sinner? Oh, don't be absurd. You don't know a single thing about him. How
Neither do
dare
you!
utter such blasphemy.
You don't even remember if you bowed down to him or not. I could be lying that you bowed down to him. Actually, we're right in front of that Conrian disaster, so maybe I shouldn't talk bad about that god.
You and I have both witnessed his divine power. When has the Seven worked a miracle like this before? Never! He is a god, mightier than they, and yet you would call him a sinner.
He called himself a sinner.
Preposterous!
I'm just saying what he said to me. Although I don't know if he knew I said it.
No
He
matter.
knew that I knew
Believe
that
what you
he
will.
said that.
You cannot shake my faith.
I wish I could, man.
I am going to pay my respects.
But right now,
with
I honestly don't care.
or without you.
Dean, you... Fine, go ahead. Ida's experience has deeply affected him. Not that he didn't even go in the cabin. Not that he was particularly stable to begin with, but this religious fervor is something else. I guess I'd better catch up with him anyway. There's monsters everywhere. I can't stand by and let him fall into their hands. Oh, Lumine, you were so cute! Oh, you're such a good person, Lumine. Obviously, I'm going past AR 50, as you could see there, but that was because, I haven't done the Ascension rank quest yet. Enter the cavern again. I have to go in there again? Oh, but I really don't want to. Like, I really, 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 really don't want to. I don't want to watch some guy from a destroyed nation bow down to some glowing crystal that calls itself a sinner. Guess I have to. Alright. Ida? You really shouldn't leave your son like this. I mean, maybe he's just sleeping, but even still, you shouldn't leave him like this, considering there could be forest watchers. And they could stumble into the cabin just as me and Dane and Paimon did. But Dane and Paimon seems to have disappeared. I have a feeling it's because of the crystal. What the heck? Verena, good and evil! Wait a minute! This is for the newest, I should say, desert area. And the Golden Slumber is for, the King Deshret's thing, I think. Ooh, wait. Okay, so these are, like, the major world quests. And then this is another major world quest. Another home? There may yet be it. Explain the situation to the waiting fungi. The elemental life forms family linger around for a long time. In order for them to be reunited one day, you have to properly deal with the parting in the present moment. Was that from Nahida's story quest? I thought we finished that. Whatever. Alright, yeah, I really don't want to follow Ida. Oh yeah, I really don't want to follow Ida. Guess I kind of have to.
Let's dance.
Why are you guys here? Whoa, but you disappear too fast.
One with nature.
And you were gonna jump. I like that there's like this ominous feeling to it. And that it glows. It's so cool. I'm so excited for Fontaine. Okay, I guess we really are exploring this. I don't like that. Abyss Herald Frostfall. But then why did Lumine say that he seemed different than everybody else? An Abyss Sword is a monster that uses dark power to command ice and frost in battle. Some of its attacks decrease the stamina of characters while dealing damage against them. Yeah, when you have Cryo afflicted against you, when you have the Cryo element on you, you actually do move slower. Which is an interesting fact, but kinda useless considering that it also makes slime slower, I believe. The Cryo slimes. Though I actually don't know about that. It's just something that I heard.
Windblade.
Boop. Thank you, Gooba. Boop. Anemone! Oh, it even pushes me back. Gotta open really eerily. Oh, would you look at that? The crystal's not there. Ida, where'd you put the crystal? Ida, I need to know. Ida.
No.
Oh, I did fall right behind him.
Impossible. What happened?
Yeah, I feel like that crystal took host of your body and or your son's body. So there's something over there. What is that? It's gone. How do you move a giant crystal like that? That quickly. Wait, Shenhe? Shenhe, do you have something to do with this?
The Hilichurl worshippers have disappeared too.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Was it all an illusion?
Don't say it seems unlikely. It seems totally likely. It's definitely unlikely that it was an illusion, but lie to him, Lumion. Girl, you gotta lie to protect some people. We couldn't have both seen the exact same illusion. I guess that's true.
That's true. Yes, it can't have been an illusion. I still feel that awesome and wondrous power flowing through my mind and body.
Oh, there's a moth around me. Yeah, that's actually kind of creepy that you do. I really don't like moths. This is the second stream that a single moth has bugged me.
It was neither illusion nor coincidence, and certainly no dream. It was a wonder. Yes, a divine wonder.
So Archons have this thing called erosion. Basically, erosion of the mind, Zhongli talks a lot about it. Actually, it's referenced a lot when talking about the Archons. It's basically like the decreption of the mind, the destruction of the mind, basically. As they get older and like wiser, basically. Yeah, I think erosion just happens a lot sooner when it comes to like humans.
Let's go, traveler.
I've seen it
surely
firsthand.
a reason for its disappearance, and I do believe that someday in the future we shall see it again.
You're turning into a zealot. What's a zealot? A person who is fanatical and uncompromising in pursuit of their religious, political, or other ideals. Ugh. Yeah. Let's just get back.
Could he really have been a sinner and not a god?
Yes! He called himself a sinner! You take Ida, who seems to be in a trance, back to the small house. Yeah, I'm a little creeped out by this. Yeah, I was about to say.
Where has he gone?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, no, no. Maybe someone else came by and found him?
Is there any traces?
No, it can't have been that. There's no sign of a break-in and no sign of anyone having been here.
Maybe he ran off? But why?
This does not bode well.
Did he
What if
take
he's spotted
take
by
off
a
his
forest
mask?
ranger or
Wing! I just
adventurer
realized
in
that's
his
the
current
same
state.
box from before. I just realized that. Then we have to find him first. There's no time to lose.
Wait a minute. This isn't how we left it.
Wait, it's not? I thought that was always open. Because we found the broken mirror.
Oh no. Did he?
Oh, he looked at himself. Oh no. Wait, that's how the mirror shattered. Wait, I thought the mirror shattered because of us. Wait. Why are you doing like a shimmy shimmy with your hand? That's so weird. Wait, so then the mirror was broken yesterday, right? Wait,
The mirror, it's broken!
it wasn't broken before? But hasn't the mirror been broken this whole time? What does the broken mirror mean? Well, I mean, I think if a broken mirror splits into more tiny fragments, then you have worse luck. If it splits into bigger fragments, you have better luck. Though it could be vice versa. I don't remember.
He must have taken his mask off and seen what he looks like beneath it.
Oh, you are such an idiot to leave your son alone who just got his memories back.
If he'd just done as he was told.
He is a child!
We have to find
Of course
him.
he's not gonna do what he's told. Why is it not letting me continue? That's weird. Look for clues outside. Hilly trail footprints? Oh, it's raining! Wait! Oh yeah, now I remember all of it.
It's his scarf. He dropped it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he dropped it. It looks like he left it there.
Looks like we're going
It
the right
looked
way.
much bigger than
come
that.
on.
I'll take the scarf with you if it's from your wife. Oh, you did, I guess. Continue searching for Kari Bear. Yeah, I don't like that. It's raining.
Cory Bear! Cory Bear! Where are you?
Uh-oh. Poor strangers.
Curses! Forest Rangers.
Hey, who are you? We haven't seen you around here before. What's your business here?
We've actually been here for a while.
Have you seen a hilly churl? A hilly churl should have come past this way. Have you seen it?
I asked you first. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
Do you want me to give you our IDs or something? What do you want from us?
I said, have you seen a hilly churl?
I'd,
Hey, whoa. Look, sir, there's no need to get so worked up.
Actually, there is, considering that hilly churl is his son.
There are hilly churls everywhere. What's the big deal? We see plenty of them out here.
One specifically.
Exactly. Matter of fact, we just took out a few of them back there.
Uh-oh.
Those dumb boneheads.
You
Oh, I love the shake of her head.
Forest Ranger scum!
Oh,
You
no.
Spawn of the seven are all the same. I'll have your heads if you so much as laid a finger on Cory Bear.
Ida, you're only making it worse for yourself.
You're raving mad. You've got some gall coming here to our nation insulting the forest rangers.
Actually, it was... well, it wasn't Rukavat, I guess, that did anything against the Conread people, so I was gonna say, is your god that did something against them, but it's not necessarily true.
Curse you all, Forest Rangers.
Ida, we still don't know the truth. Stop. The Forest Rangers and I will have to make you. Ooh. Nice, Lumine. Both sides calm down thanks to your urging. Nice, Lumine.
I don't get it. Why make such a huge fuss over a few hilly churls? Makes no sense.
Do you not see his clothing?
He'd only just regained his mind. How could you do this to him? So tell me, Forest Rangers, did you really spare none of them? Did you really take out every last hilly churl you saw?
We don't know for certain that it could have been Kari Bear, though.
Jeez, you're really not gonna let this go. Fine, you weirdo. If you must know, I happened to cross paths with a solitary hilly churl when I left the team to, use the toilet.
Ew.
I was frightened at first, but it didn't seem to have any interest in me at all. It was just bumbling along in that direction, so I left it alone.
That could have been Kari Bear.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's go. We have to find him.
Urgent. Right, thanks, I guess. Bye.
You're leaving? Not even a thanks for the info, goodbye?
I mean, I said thanks. But, you know, you can't hear me because it's not me, but it is. Whatever. Use the clue to continue searching for Kari Bear. Ooh, yeah, I remember this now. Gotta collect that. Kari Bear! Yes! Hi! Kari Bear, you saw your face, didn't you? What do you look like? Can I see?
Kari Bear!
Now this part is... This is one of the two parts that's the actually, one of the three parts that's creepiest about this entire quest. There was the crystal, this part, and a part that comes up right after this. We found him.
Kari Bear, stop! It's me! It's Papa!
Are we
Whatever
sure
you
this is
saw,
Kari Bear?
It was all a trick. An illusion.
What did he see?
I told you.
Do we canonically
We're in
know
a
what a
fairy
Hilichurl looks
tale
like?
world
I mean, we
now.
take their masks, but...
Nothing here is real. Please, Kari Bear, come back. It's time to go back. Kari Bear?
He's relapsed. So, the medicine wore off, I guess.
How could this happen? He regained his mind. He must be able to hear me. Surely. Come, Kari Bear. We have to go home now. Papa's here to take you home, all right?
Hold on. Something's not right with him. What has that strange power done to him? Wait! Oh, it was because of the strange power! Everything will be explained in a second. Kari Bear?
Papa,
Kari Bear.
Oh, the fear in his eyes!
Papa, I can't take it.
Please, Kari Bear. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. If only I'd known.
The animation is so good, though!
It's all too much. Papa!
Mask off! What do they look like? That happened to Kari Bear because of that crystal, I believe. I just realized that now.
I see. I understand now.
You understand
Finally,
what?
It all makes sense.
What does? Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, this is the second part or third part where it gets really creepy. What happened? Did I faint? I remember Kari Bear taking his mask off, but then...
Ah, traveler, you're awake. Ah, finally, we
Why
can
is it
rejoice together.
storming so hard
Wait,
outside?
no. Why am I still calling you traveler? Oh, I have known your true identity for some time now.
What do you mean by true identity? Ida, are you okay?
I suspected it was you. Oh, from the beginning. I had to talk to you to be sure.
And you said you were a Conrian royal, right? Or noble, not royal. Oh, so you did take the scarf back. But I've never met you.
Oh, of course you haven't. With your status, you can hardly
I love how you can
expected
see
to
that
know
she's
all
thinking.
of us. In any case, I've been using a fake name this entire time.
I forgot about that too.
Ida is the name of a servant I once had. My real name is Clotar.
Clotar. That...
Clotar Alberic.
Oh no! You can't be. You're. Wait! Wait, I completely forgot about this! Okay, Clotar actually sounds like the name of a super anime villain. But. Wait, Alberic! You're an ancestor of Kaya, aren't you? Wait, how does that work? Because Dainsleif said, either Dainsleif or Kaya said that Kaya was the descender of the Abyss Order's founder. Alberic also founded the Abyss Order. Oh, wait, I get it now! Oh, this will all make sense in a second when it gets really, really, really creepy. As if it already wasn't creepy enough. You can't be.
You saw it too, didn't you? Unmistakable, the power.
Wait, is Aether
inside
being
Corridor
corrupted by
and
that
the power
power?
of the one you call a sinner. It was one and the same. Yeah. I am positive now. It's the power of the abyss, isn't it?
I like the name Ida before.
At long last, I have seen it with my own eyes.
The raw power of the abyss. I didn't see it clearly. What happened to Kari Bear?
That is no business of yours. A sinner. Yes. Salvation for a sinner can only come from a sinner. Coribert did not deserve his fate, but now it's wonderful. He will be able to weave his own destiny anew. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the loom of fate.
Uh-oh. There's that term again. The loom of fate. You're right about this being from the abyss. But the abyss is sinister and dangerous.
Huh? Sinister? Dangerous? Oh, I never imagined that you, of all people, would deny the abyss.
Me?
How ridiculous! We once believed that you would bring new strength and hope to Conria. To us, you were the abyss. A wondrous mystery far beyond our imagination and comprehension. And the one who controls the abyss can control everything. We yearned for that future. We looked to you to take us there. But what did you bring us instead?
What did I bring?
Prince of Conria?
Yep. And then there's the cutscene. This cutscene is actually really cool.
What did he just call me?
One of the coolest cutscenes I've seen so far.
Traveler! Hey, Traveler! Traveler!
Was that Dane? I love how accurately it shows a panic attack, though. Like, I've had panic attacks.
Oh, thank goodness you're awake.
I've had panic attacks before, obviously. Most everyone has at least one panic attack. Hi, by the way. But it accurately showed a panic attack. Okay, so it was confirmed that we were playing as Aether, but how did Lumine see Aether's memories? It said that, like, twins have this connection, almost? What kind of connection is it when they're galactic twins? There's so much to think about that just happened. Dane, do you know this guy called Clotar that calls himself Ida?
Paimon was worried sick! Traveler? Traveler?
Yeah, she's gonna be spacing out a little bit because we just kind of saw her brother's memories.
What happened while you were unconscious?
How long was I unconscious for?
I checked the ley lines nearby. It appears that the Abyss tampered with them, and they've been in turmoil ever since.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Information and memories flow within the ley lines. What did you witness?
Right! The Abyss. The founder of the Abyss Order, Alberic. What happened to him?
You mean Clotar Alberich?
Yep, you know him!
After founding the Abyss Order, his faith in the Abyss led him to do a great many things. But the curse of immortality continued to torment his body and mind. And in the end, neither his faith nor the Abyss he worshipped could save him.
So then he passed the crown to Aether, because Aether is called the Prince of the Abyss. He passed the crown to Aether. Wait, was Aether corrupted? Because that, all of that right there was Aether's memories. So Aether saw the crystal, but Lumine also saw the crystal even though it wasn't her memories personally. She was just seeing her brother's memories. Oh my god, there's so much to think about. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, so he passed the crown down to Aether, and then now he is the Prince of the Abyss, even though he's not, like, you know, blood related. Clotar knew he recognized Aether because Aether could be the Prince of Conria.
After 100 years, he lost his mind completely and was never seen again.
Oh, so he founded the Abyss Order, and then after 100 years, he was never seen again. So how old was he when the memory was going on? I mean, obviously, you were still traveling with Aether, so how does that work?
Yet his dark legacy lived on. The defiled statue that we encountered previously was just one perverse product of his use of abyssal power during his life.
Oh, so he mimicked the... Even after what the power did to Caribear? So he mimicked the power of... He mimicked the power of the sinner. I'm not going to say God, unless I accidentally say God. He mimicked the power of the sinner, or at least took the power of the sinner, or was the sinner himself. Maybe, since it said he was acting different, maybe the sinner became part of his body somehow, and then now it's part of Aether? I completely forgot most of this, actually. But he created the defiled statue, which was emanating purple stuff. The guy was, or the Grand Thief was bowing as he died. Oh, Dane, you have no idea what I just saw. And despite that, my brother ultimately sided with him, didn't he?
You could say that. He wouldn't be the Abyss Order's prince otherwise.
Are you alright? You have a troubled look on your face. What happened?
I have a long story to tell you. You got the time? Your words send Dainslift deep into thought.
So you saw his memories from centuries ago through your own eyes. It all but defies belief.
I know it's weird.
Still, as I'd suspected, the notion of the Loom of Fate did indeed
So
rear its
Clotar
head
just
during that
disappeared after founding the Abyss after 100 years. But why do you have blue stuff on your face and your arm? Is that what happens to Conrian people after 500 years? Because Clotar probably wasn't 500 years old. Obviously.
And it seems closely connected to Clotar Alberich's son, Caribert, and what happened to him. And yet your brother never breathed a word of this incident to me.
Did he not?
I wonder, was that the moment that he decided to go down this path?
But why? Is it because it's corrupting him? I don't think it would corrupt him. But if he's the Prince of Conria, then you never know. 'Cause did Clotar call us Prince of the Abyss Order or Prince of Conria? I don't remember what he said specifically. I just remember the prince part. I also wish I could know what he thought about all of this. But one thing is clear. This was not a happy memory. No, definitely not.
Indeed. Clearly this
Man,
series of
I want to
events
see a
sparked a
happy
long
memory
period
of Aether and
deep
Danes acting like brothers.
This was where it all began.
That would be amazing. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There's something I need to check. The domain and or the crops?
What is it?
I need to know what lies buried in this field.
The field? What does that have to do with anything?
Thought I told you guys the full story. Maybe I only
You
told you
mean
part of it.
here? Well, let's start digging and see.
I have a feeling we're not going to find it. After some time, you and Dainslift discovered what is buried in the field.
You scared the Duke out of Paimon! Did you rebury them yet?
Rebury what now? We're done. You can open your eyes now.
A male and female skeleton buried together.
What?
Interestingly, the male skeleton appears to have been interred much later. And it's holding a silk scarf in its
Oh my god. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, so Clotar, the male skeleton's clearly Clotar. It's weird calling him Clotar, but that's his name. That's his real name. The male skeleton is clearly him, because near the end of that, he had the cloth around his wrist. The female could be his wife. But I thought he said that he couldn't find his wife. But then how did he die?
But what does this mean? And how did you know that there were bodies buried here?
I didn't know there were bodies buried here. I thought there were gonna be plants buried here. I think that the bones of the man belonged to Clotar Alberic.
What? That's impossible.
Is it? Considering I just saw
Unless
memories of my sibling?
Lothar Alberi finally found a way to rid himself of the curse.
Right, because he was immortal! Wait, oh my god, I completely forgot about that. So his wife was from Mondstadt. So then there should be a Hilichurl skeleton there, right? Or maybe the Hilichurl skeleton is the exact same as a human skeleton, just different. Because Hilichurls can die, I believe? They just don't die from old age. Perhaps he did?
This all raises far too many questions. I need time to think, and to search my memories.
Unless
for
he
some
was
missing
killed
pieces.
from the power of the Abyss directly. That could be a possibility. Did Aether kill him?
We should part ways here.
Of course.
You're just gonna leave? Why?
And then we're gonna meet in Fontaine, aren't we?
Come with us, you know?
It's better that we split up for now. I think that he might have seen you.
Aether or an Abyss?
He.
Oh! You mean the voice that I heard inside my head?
Yes. I have my suspicions as to his identity, but I need to confirm some other details before I can be sure. If the time is
See,
right,
it sounded like a completely
tell
new
you when
voice,
we
too. It
next
didn't
meet.
sound like Dainsliff or anything, I don't
What do
think.
you mean that he saw the traveler? How is that possible?
well, if it's something, it's not a god, but if it's something that's godlike, it could probably see everything. It could probably see into the future. I don't know. Maybe it really did see me. It was all just a memory. It happened hundreds of years in the past with Aether.
I fear that while
I
these
was
things
probably
would
still
limit
being
anyone
Sleeping
else,
Beauty at the time.
they are no obstacle to him.
What? Why? What is he?
A sinner.
All right, let's leave it there. Get some rest. Goodbye.
Oh man, that's really deep. Paimon had to ask me about my brother and what we did when we traveled the
Back
universe.
to being the two of us again, huh?
Oh, Paimon, there's one more thing. What is there?
What is it?
I missed you. Oh! That is so cute! Oh, she goes in to hug Paimon. That is so cute. Alright, now where's my Archon quest? Woo! Caravan Rebot! Ooh, I like the sight of that. I'm excited. What's the next one? Yes! Prelude of Blancher and Neucher? What? Whatever that is. Star-Crossed Knight, recall the memories related to your kin. Create the medicine that will bring hope, a sickness unto near death. The far side of fate, witness the miracle granted by the sinner. Curry Bear, complete Curry Bear. Oh my god, that is so weird. I completely forgot most of that, and now I'm gonna be thinking about that constantly. Oh, I don't even have enough prima donnas for 27. God dang it. Oh, that could have made, like, well, almost near 60. There's bodies in here? But then, how did he die? Maybe he... Well, after 100 years, he couldn't have become an Abyss Herald or Abyss Lector. Because... I'm really trying to think a lot about this. He couldn't have become an Abyss Herald or an Abyss Lector because it's only like 200, maybe 300 years max that happened. And maybe barely even that. But because Dan is still becoming Abyss Herald or Lector. I don't know. Maybe I think he died because of that abyssal power somehow. The Abyss seems to really like the color purple. But man, that is so deep. I have so much to think about. But until then, I'm going to end the stream and we will pick this back up in Caravan Rebot, where we will finally be able to get to go to Fontaine afterwards. Oh my god, you have no idea how excited I am for this. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I have seen almost nothing on Fontaine. I have seen what it looks like at a glimpse, just because we went to that teleport waypoint and it showed us a little itty bitty cutscene. And then I went on some, like, waterfall cliff type thing? I don't even know how that's a thing because it's not like a normal waterfall cliff. It's like... I don't know. It's really weird. Because it almost looks like straight? And mountains aren't straight? I don't know. I have so much to think about right now, and it's only a Monday. So we're gonna pick this back up tomorrow, and then we're gonna pick back up Hogwarts Legacy Thursday and Friday, probably. Actually, let me see the time of the event. I know it doesn't happen for some time, but yeah, 6 days. So I have time to do all of that, and all of that should be unlocked by the time I get to Fontaine, or at least unlock a few teleport waypoints in Fontaine. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, or wherever you are in this crazy world, and I will see you guys tomorrow, where we'll finally get to go to Fontaine! Woo! Bye!